welcome to Hitchcock Speaks. I'm Dave. Today we're counting down 6 truly disturbing horror movies from the last 2 decades. I'll walk you through each film's plot, the moments that made my skin crawl and made this movie disturbing for me, and whether they're truly worth your time. Also, if you feel this video and my work really deserves it, do like the video and subscribe for more. So, if you're ready to face some real nightmares now, let's dive in.
Is that you? Honey, are you okay? Do you need to take a break to sort this out?
Alright, number 1, The Carmichael Manor, 2023, a horror mystery movie. So Margaret and Rebecca journey to a remote manor house in Rockland County, just a stone's throw away from a notorious Abaddon hotel, to investigate the grisly Carmichael family murders.
That was how Margot Bentley and Rebecca Vickers wound up in the manor in November of 2021.
Margaret's fascination with the paranormal is personal. A childhood, encounter with a man in a clown costume left an indelible mark on her. Joined by Chase, whose own history with psychosis adds an extra layer of tension, the trio uncovers a locked storage room inside the manor. This room is filled with bizarre artifacts, including 3 eerie clone mannequins once used at a carnival, setting the stage for the unfolding terror. So, one scene stands out in its chilling execution. On a seemingly ordinary night, while there's no ordinary night at this house, while the team is spread out in the manor, an incessant knocking is heard at Chase's door. The repetition of this unnerving sequence, coupled with masterful suspense building, amplifies the fear, leaving you gripping your seat in anxious anticipation, and believe me, you have to pick at it through your fingers. So, is it worth a watch? Absolutely. Trust me guys, watch this, you won't regret it. If you enjoy a slow burning horror that relies on atmosphere and suspense rather than overt gore, this is it. In my personal opinion, the disturb factor for the Carmichael Manor is a solid 6 out of 10. Number 2 at our list is The Strangers 2008, a horror crime movie based on a true story. So the plot is, after attending a wedding, James Hoyt and Kristen Mackey arrive at James' isolated childhood summer home. Emotions are running high. Kristen is still reeling from turning down James' marriage proposal.
I love you, Jimmy. What is that?
To ease the tension, James calls his friend Mike, planning to pick him up in the morning. But the night takes a dark turn. As the couple tries to share an intimate moment, an unexpected knock at the door interrupts them. They answer to find a young woman asking if Tamara is home. James dismisses her and goes back to building a fire for Kristen. Soon after, while James steps out to get some cigarettes, that mysterious woman returns with the same question. Kristen brushes her off. The things that happen, you won't believe them that night. And also about the scene, there is this scene that sends chills down your spine. While Kristen is on the phone with James, in one scene the antagonist emerges from the darkness, standing in the doorway and staring at her. The simple yet masterfully executed moment captures the essence of the film's horror. Raw, sudden and utterly terrifying moments that will really make you scared to your bones. So, is it worth a watch? What I love about The Strangers is its ability to turn everyday moments into sources of dread. The film doesn't rely on constant gore, but instead builds an atmosphere of suspense that keeps you on edge from start to finish. But more importantly, knowing that this movie is based on a true story, that fact alone makes every knock at the door feel all the more real. Overall, I'd give this film a disturb factor or a scare factor of 6.5 out of 10. Alright, number 3 on our list is The Substance 2024, a body horror movie. The plot is about Elizabeth Sparkle, once a beloved Hollywood star, hits a low on her 50th birthday. Dismissed from her long-running aerobics TV show by her producer Harvey, she's left reeling. Distraught and desperate, Elizabeth crashes a car while staring at a billboard showing her in her prime being taken down. At the hospital, a mysterious young nurse hands her a flash drive advertising The Substance, a black market drug that promises to make you younger, more beautiful, and well, more perfect. Intrigued and with nothing to lose, Elizabeth orders the drug and injects a single-use activator serum. What happens next is both shocking and surreal, and as the process unfolds, things spiral out of control, and the dream of youth quickly turns into a living nightmare. One scene in particular stands out for its raw intensity. The young version of Elizabeth abuses the substance, and the grotesque design and decay of the old version contrasted with the frantic actions of the young creates a moment so disturbing it will leave you with chills. So, is it worth watching? The Substance isn't just about a twisted anti-aging scheme. It's a cautionary tale about the cost of chasing perfection. The film uses body horror and visceral imagery to make you think about the consequences of altering nature. While it's visually stunning and deeply unsettling, it also forces you to confront your own fears of aging and obsolescence. Its disturb factor for me lands at a 6.5 out of 10.
Abel, voel die muziek, ja? Oké, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zo moeilijk is het toch niet? Hier, stapjes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zo moeilijk is het toch niet? En kijken, hier. Kijk naar Agnes. Kijk naar de voeten. Kijken.
Alright, number 4 on our list. Speak No Evil, 2022, a horror psychological movie, but this is the original version from Denmark. So the plot is during their vacation in Tuscany, Italy, Danish couple Bjorn and Louise, along with their daughter Agnes, enjoy a pleasant dinner with Dutch couple Patrick and Karen, and their son Abel. The evening is full of friendly conversation, laughter, until an invitation to visit the host's remote rural house in the Netherlands changes everything. At their new destination, things take a sinister turn. During the 2 first days, Louise starts to feel increasingly uncomfortable. The Dutch hosts display subtle, passive-aggressive behavior that slowly chips away at the initial charm. One, particularly unsettling detail is the way they treat their son Abel.
Abel has some difficulty speaking.
He has what you call congenital aglossia, meaning basically he's born without a tongue.
So, but the golden moment of this movie is the moment where one evening Patrick puts on some music and encourages the children to dance. What should be a light-hearted moment quickly takes a dark turn. Abel, who doesn't quite know how to dance, or maybe on purpose he's not dancing, I'm not sure, stumbles through the routine, and instead of gentle guidance, Patrick's reaction is shockingly severe. His anger escalates in an instant, turning the scene into an out-of-control display of hostility. A clear omen that something very bad is about to unfold later in the movie, something far worse than what happens in the 2024 Hollywood version. So, is it worth a watch? Speak No Evil shows us that horror can be hidden in everyday, moments. Overall, I'd score this film a 6.5 out of 10, maybe even a 7 out of 10 under the step factor. If you can handle movies that leave you all upset and angry after the movie ends, watch this one. But if not, just don't watch it.
Why are you doing this? No one's forcing you to stay, but I really hope you do, because today is gonna be a great day.
どうして心に疑いを持つのか。私の
Alright, Number 5 on our list, The Wailing, 2016, a horror mystery movie from South Korea. So, in the small mountain village of Gokseong, South Korea, a mysterious Japanese man arrives, setting off a chain of bizarre events. Soon after, a strange infection breaks out, driving the villagers to madness and violence, and even the many end up killing their own families. Officer Jong-goo's daughter, Eugene, falls victim to this eerie possession as well. So, as chaos unfolds, Jong-goo meets a mysterious young woman named Moo Mi-young, who insists that the Japanese man is no ordinary visitor, but an evil spirit. Meanwhile, a local hunter reports seeing the stranger with glowing red eyes, even witnessing him eating a deer carcass. And what happens next? Well, it's so shocking and disturbing, you won't believe it. Alright, and about the scene, it has many scenes. The golden moment is not just one scene. It's every scene where you think you understand what's going on, and everything is just going, and you feel like that everything is going to be okay, only to have the film flip the script on you. I mean, just when you believe you figured out the mystery, the story takes an unexpected turn, leaving you with the chilling sense that something far darker is unfolding, and you have been lied to all the time. This constant mind game is like the eerie vibe of Smile 2, if you watched it, but even more terrifying in its unpredictability. You know, it's like a Smile 2 mixed with something like Exorcist. So, yeah, that's it. And so is it worth a watch? Yes, absolutely. The Wailing may be slow-paced and might test your patience at first, and might be boring for some people, maybe for its first 40 minutes, but its haunting twists and relentless mind games make it a film you won't regret watching. With a disturb factor of 7.5 out of 10, it challenges your expectations and leaves you questioning every moment.
마음 단단히 먹어야 되네.
Alright, and our top pick is Hereditary 2018, a psychological horror supernatural movie. So, Hereditary follows the life of Annie Graham, a talented miniature artist living in northern Utah with her husband Steve, a psychiatrist, and their two children, Peter and Charlie. The story begins at the funeral of Annie's secretive mother, Ellen, where the, unexpectedly large turnout hints at hidden family secrets. Later in the movie, Annie reveals her troubled past and the complex, sometimes painful relationship she shared with her mother, a bond that changed dramatically when Charlie was born and Ellen took on a significant role in her upbringing. Meanwhile, Steve receives a disturbing phone call informing him that Ellen's gravesite has been desecrated by unknown culprits, a secret he chooses not to share with Annie. As the family tries to move on, Peter is invited to a party, and Annie insists that Charlie, come along or something like that. At the party, a simple mistake that happens to Charlie sets off a chain of horrific events. Alright, so while Peter rushes her to the hospital, a tragic accident occurs. Charlie leans out of the car window for fresh air, and when Peter swerves to avoid a dead deer, a telephone pole decapitates her. The horror of that moment is compounded when Peter, in shock, drives home, leaving Annie to discover her daughter's headless body the next morning. I mean, how, terrifying even the beginning of this movie is. So, the most unforgettable, thing about Hereditary for me is, without a doubt, first, the decapitation of Charlie, a scene so shocking that it redefines the stakes of the entire film from drama to horror. Equally chilling is a seemingly simple shot where Annie, in a quiet, tense moment, stares at an odd angle across the room. Her gaze suggests that she senses something lurking just out of sight, and you feel it from behind your television when you're watching the movie as well. So, is it worth a watch? Yes! Believe me guys, watch it. You will thank me later. In Hereditary, horror is not about constant shocks or cheap jump scares. It's about building an atmosphere so thick with unease that you can feel it in every scene. With a disturb factor of 8.5 out of 10, its blend of tragic loss and supernatural terror will stay with you long after the movie ends.
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
Alright, which one freaked you out the most? Or did I miss a movie that should be on this list as well? Let me know, maybe I will review it in my next video. If you enjoyed this video, and I really deserve it, like the video and even subscribe. I don't want you to miss another great movie again. See you in the next video.